Seemingly overnight, Fortnite Battle Royale was a worldwide phenomenon as it approached the launch of Season 3 way back when, as the free-to-play title was making waves in the gaming industry. Streamers were accumulating thousands upon thousands of viewers day in and day out, and from that Season 2, Season 3, Season 4 point and onwards, those numbers only got higher. In fact, all numbers got higher actually: stream viewer counts, video view counts, in-game player counts, etc, etc. There was definitely a rising tide surrounding Fortnite Battle Royale that was really raising all ships. And of course, with all that attention came an influx of brand new players, some of which immediately became hooked on the game. Some kinda like Alex here.
This is my baby, my prized possession. I love video gaming. Every day I get home, I just want to play.
There's no denying that Fortnite's player base is one of the most diverse in all of gaming, as you have younger kids playing the game on their phones and consoles, and you have competitive gamers grinding out victory royale after victory royale on their $1,000 setups. Fortnite extends to every end of the spectrum, and somewhere on said spectrum is a player base that is heavily addicted to the game, and Alex is certainly one of those players.
Oh, here I come, here I come, here I come, this is my final time. You wasn't expecting this, boy!
In fact, Alex is so addicted to Fortnite and other video games like Grand Theft Auto and plenty of other things as well, that Dr. Phil literally had to sit down with him and have a chat, because things were just getting too out of hand. This is a kid who lives in a world of his own with no consequences and no responsibilities. And to be honest, it is probably one of the craziest things you'll see today.
Like when you drive a minivan through a crowd of people.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are taking a look at what Fortnite and video game addiction is like firsthand. So let's get into it. Now, Alex is clearly a kid who has spent a little too much time playing video games. Honestly, to the point where pretty much everything he's doing is related to gaming in some way or another, which definitely is not a very healthy lifestyle whatsoever, especially for someone who is as young as him. And right away, you'd probably lean towards some bad parenting as the main cause behind an addiction like this and a general lifestyle like this. Like, this kid seems to literally be living in a fantasy world of some kind while playing video games, and it is seriously affecting his personal mindset. See for yourself.
In the gaming world, you can get away with stuff. And so cars, you can kill people. You're going at each other full force with guns blazing. Nobody will arrest you for public indecency.
Like, in no reality should a kid the same age of Alex be talking anything like that, if it's about video games, if it's about anything in general. You typically don't hear kids rambling on about heavier topics like that. Now, mainstream media, the same people who apparently just have it out for video games, you know, the people who say they make people violent despite there being no hard conclusive evidence, would see those clips that we just showed you guys, and they would absolutely have a heyday. They would say, see, look at this kid. Alex is, maybe 12 years old, and video games have completely poisoned his brain. This ever so clearly proves that video games are just flat out awful for your health. And mainstream media would probably just end it there, simple as that. But here's the thing, it's not really as simple as that. There's actually a lot more to this story and to Alex than what we just saw from these few clips that have been featured so far.
Sometimes when people are acting stupid, I get mad. Double barrel, bitch!
So Alex, despite his younger age, clearly is mature enough to understand what's going on in these games he's playing. And we're not really just talking Fortnite Battle Royale here. While Fortnite is definitely one of the most popular games out there right now, it doesn't really take that much to understand. Unless, of course, you're watching a competitive match, because the end game or the final zone in one of those, I can't even comprehend, but yeah, that's besides the point. Other more violent video games like, say, GTA, Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege, etc, etc, those are the games that Alex is clinging to as some sort of escape, I guess, where he can really just do as he pleases, since the consequences don't matter in a video game.
Sometimes they say some stuff that has gotten me banned multiple times, but I just don't care. Let's empty out this!
Alex literally says he's been banned multiple times for saying things online, and typically you get warnings or little temporary bans before being full-on banned from Xbox or PlayStation or whatever else. So to actually be banned multiple times for saying harsh things over voice chat or game chat, Alex must have seriously said some pretty bad stuff. Yet, despite the multiple bans and probably multiple accounts he's had to buy because of said bans, he just straight up doesn't care. In addition to that, it's also pretty clear that Alex doesn't really know how to control his anger very well, as he's thrown things at his TV, smashed holes in his door, and even hit his family members when they were trying to get him to calm down. All of which is pretty extreme, especially for a kid.
One time, my console wasn't working. I took a rock, but I threw it at the TV.
Let go of me. Let go of my shirt. Stop it.
Slap, hit, bite.
Like, I don't know about you guys, but sure, if I lose a game of Fortnite, I'm gonna get a little heated. I might say some things here and there. There might be the occasional desk slap, you know, but never in my right mind would I be taking a golf club and teeing off on my bedroom door.
Sometimes, to release my anger, I grab a golf club and I go crazy on my door. These are the holes from where I did it.
But here is where things get even more interesting. After seeing all the footage that you guys just saw so far in this video, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Dr. Phil, had to bring Alex, his mother, and his aunt in and have one of his good old-fashioned sit-downs, because this kind of behavior is just not normal. And obviously, if someone is appearing on the Dr. Phil show, the last thing they are is normal.
Alex, how you doing?
Good.
So, your mom is concerned about your behavior at home. What is it you think she's concerned about?
Sometimes when I get angry, I do stuff.
So here you have Alex, a kid who is basically in charge of his whole household because he is so addicted to video games, and this addiction has sent him into a do not disturb kind of mode that, if not taken seriously, will result in golf club swings, verbal abuse, smacking and hitting, and all sorts of things like that. That's a big yikes. So you hear all that and you ask yourself, well, where exactly is the parenting at in this situation? Where's the parenting at in this household? And that is exactly what Dr. Phil thought as well.
Why is that? Why do you not do what your mother tells you to do?
She doesn't really do anything to stop me sometimes.
Basically, Alex is in charge of his entire household, at least according to him, he is at most times. So Dr. Phil decides to get a bit clever and asks Alex what he would do if he was actually in charge of the house and his mom just simply wasn't there. And well, this was Alex's reply.
Let's say your mom just says, okay, you're in charge, and she decides she doesn't want to do anything. Since you're in charge, what would you do?
I would cook, I would make food, I would...
What would you cook?
Sandwiches.
Where would you get this?
This man just said he would cook sandwiches. Yeah, sandwiches. Oh boy. Anyways, the conversation continues on and Dr. Phil ends up asking Alex what he would do to get the supplies to cook said sandwiches, and Alex simply said he'd work for some money. Except Alex is 12 and there's not too many employment opportunities out there for that age group, except for Alex's idea of walking dogs for quote-unquote $5 whole a day.
What are you going to do to get food in there?
Work.
Where are you going to work? You're 12.
I could walk dogs.
How much you get paid for walking dogs?
Like maybe $5 a day. If you
$5
save up and
huh?
use the money responsibly, you could easily make a living.
So at this point, Alex is beginning to realize that maybe being in charge isn't all that fun, or easy, or doable. And thus, Dr. Phil opens him up to the idea of being a little bit more appreciative moving forward.
You know what it takes to raise a child from birth to 18?
Mm-hmm.
How much does it cost?
A lot.
Cost about $250,000. You're gonna have to walk a lot of dogs.
So what exactly do you think is the root of Alex's addiction and anger problems here? Is it playing too many video games like Grand Theft Auto and Fortnite? Is it bad parenting, or is it something else entirely? Let us know down in the comments below. To play devil's advocate, it was also found out that Alex's mother goes to school full-time and also works 40 hours a week, and on top of that, his father also recently passed away due to a heart condition. This essentially then just leaves his mom to be out of the house most nights and days, and when she is actually around, it is after a long day of work and school, so she is physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted, leaving her to just want to relax for a moment, and the only way to do so in her house is to just please Alex so that he doesn't throw a fit, at least according to her. So perhaps that'll change your answer or create another alternative perspective to view the situation from. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, let us know by dropping a like rating on it, giving it a big old thumbs up, as it would be much appreciated. And of course, if you are new here to the channel and you like what you see, feel free to subscribe with your post notifications turned on. That way you'll always know when a new video goes live. As always, by joining the notification squad, every time we post a new video, YouTube will actually send you a message. That way you can be the first person to watch, like, and comment on each and every new video. With all of that being said though, that is effectively going to wrap things up for today. So thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day. We'll catch you guys later. Peace out.